Hey everyone, welcome back to the Nadlan Forum podcast daily. I'm Lior, and today we're pulling back the curtain on the Nadlan Real Estate Forum itself. What makes it tick, and honestly, why it ended up being such a game changer for so many of us in US real estate. So, before I start sounding like a commercial, let's keep it real. If you've listened to past episodes, you know I always say, in real estate, your network is half the battle. Well, that's exactly what the forum is about. It's a space where not just the seasoned pros, but also total newcomers share leads, swap tips, and sometimes just vent about the headaches we all face. I've always appreciated forums where you don't need to pretend you've got all the answers. And trust me, especially if you're dealing with investment in a new country. There's so much you don't even know you don't know. Let me give you an example. When I first landed in New York in 2010, I thought I had a handle on the basics, but minute you're thrown into a contract with a non-resident buyer, suddenly you're dealing with foreign compliance issues, escrow timing, FERPTA, all those crazy acronyms. I nearly made a huge mistake, not realizing the paperwork involved with international clients. Someone on a forum reached out, a local agent actually, who flagged a compliance pitfall I was just about to step into. That advice probably saved me 30 grand right out of the gate. It's moments like that you realize community support isn't optional, it's survival. And you see this every day in our agent forum threads. Someone's asking about lead gen strategies. Someone else offers up a CRM template. Or a rookie's worried about closing timelines for out-of-state deals. And a veteran jumps in with a checklist and a war story. Same goes for sharing during my marketing tactics or bouncing around deal comparisons, especially when you're juggling clients from different countries. It's not just advice. It's the difference between losing a client and turning that client into your best case study. That constant peer support, the easy access to real-world experiences is why this ecosystem works. Now, that actually brings us to one of those timeless debates that plays out on the forum all the time. What's the best state for an investment? Sounds simple? It never is. This is where the real back and forth begins. Every investor's got their favorite, and it's not just about who offers the biggest returns. You'll see posts comparing Florida and Texas rental markets. And let me tell you, those discussions get heated. Florida folks swear by population growth and strong rental demand. Then you've got the Texas camp arguing for friendlier landlord-tenant laws and better all-around property rights. Every year, there's a new top 10 list circulating, and usually someone from the Midwest jumps in. Don't forget Cleveland or Indy. Cap rates over 8% here, less volatility, and they're not wrong. But it's never just about the cap rate or headline yield. The forum dives pretty deep. People break down state tax regimes, eviction timelines, insurance quirks, even job growth stats. I think it was just last week someone posted a legitimate spreadsheet comparing net rental yields with legal risk scores across 6 states. And that's key. You've got to weigh risk as much as reward. You might get an 8% yield in a Midwest city, but if the legal environment hammers you on tenant non-payment or short-term rentals suddenly get restricted, your cash flow is instantly at risk and compliance changes. We see this every month, especially with short-term rental laws shifting in places like Arizona or Georgia. So, when newbies ask, where should I invest? The answer is always, it depends. What's your risk tolerance, your timeline, your ability to manage remotely? Sometimes in the forum, someone comes in with a house hack story from North Carolina. Bought duplex, lived in one side, rented the other. Great local incentives. But those deals aren't cookie cutter, and the legal piece can make or break your strategy. It's that kind of nuanced debate, not just chasing the numbers, but understanding what it really takes to execute and protect your investment. That makes our forum discussions so valuable. And now, flipping to what I like to call level 2 real estate. Yeah? Syndications, group deals, and the SCI section of the forum. If you're tired of single family flips or want to pool resources, this is where things get, really interesting. In our SCI threads, the talks about checking sponsor track records, debating liquidity needs, how to vet exit strategies. Why? Because these deals aren't just buy, rent, and pray. You're joining a group on a 50 or 100 unit multifamily or maybe a mixed commercial conversion, so your questions change. I want to shout out to the member who recently broke down their Texas multifamily syndication. They posted the internal rate of return projections, gave real numbers, even shared the obstacles they hit along the way. It was almost exactly like my own journey. Moving from flipping single homes into my first group commercial deal, where suddenly you're reading legal docs about preferred returns and capital stacks, not just lease agreements. Someone else in the SCI section outlined their own checklist for vetting sponsors. Stuff like track record in similar asset classes, their communication style, and how quickly they can respond to market surprises. Actually, I always say, don't just check the marketing deck. Check how a sponsor handled bad news in a past deal, right? Those honest case studies, that willingness to share metrics and lessons learned is what separates amateurs from smart, scalable investors. And just like that, here we are. From swapping agent tips to picking your state to scaling up in the big leagues with syndications. That's the real power of the Nadlan Forum. No matter your level, the ecosystem lifts everyone. If you're ready for your next move, or you just want to stop making the same mistakes other people already survived, you know where to find us. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget, there's always a new angle or market shift right around the corner, and we'll be here breaking it down for you.